We are obviously delighted this year at our dinner to have the 50th anniversary of the Mets as our underlying theme. We are very fortunate tonight to have some 60 members of the Mets teams, coaches, players over the years who have joined us here tonight. I do want to take a moment, though. We would not have been able to get this done without the great volunteers who work for B.A.T, who give of their time to do it, number one. Thank you so much. Because this involved a tremendous effort. And I want to thank the members of the New York Mets family who have contributed their time to this. They've been in constant meeting with B.A.T over the last couple of years in getting all the players, getting them here. They have been completely and totally cooperative. I know they are seated here, many of the members of the staff from the office. Thank you to all the Mets family for your great work on this. We really appreciate it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome back. You hear that? As Ron Darling said, this is what happened when you get a bunch of former players together. Here they are, all talking at the same time, our alumni members of the New York Mets. Now, every year I ask this of you. It never works, but I'll ask again. Please hold your applause until I have gone through the names of those who are here. There may be a couple who are not on stage, but who have participated here in this part of our program. We're going to begin with the original New York Mets, taking the field, Polo Grounds, the amazing 50 years ago in 1962. We have 10 people who are affiliated with the original New York Mets team. Coach Solly Hemus, Craig Anderson, Choo-Choo Coleman, Jay Hook, Al Jackson, Ed Kranepool, Ken McKenzie, Felix Mantilla, Bob Miller, and Frank Thomas. 1962. We'll jump around a little bit here in alphabetical order. Benny Ayala, Frank Catalanato, David Cohn, and Tommy Davis. From the '69 World Championship team, 9 members, and there will obviously be some repetitions. Al Jackson, Ed Charles, Ed Kranepool, Cleon Jones, Buddy Harrelson, Jerry Koosman, Jim McAndrew, Ron Swoboda, and Hall of Famer Tom Seaver. 69 world champs. We skip around again a little bit. Doug Flynn, Bernard Gilkey, Ron Hunt, and Terry Leach. From the '73 National League Championship team, he played all 18 seasons, so he gets mentioned a lot. Ed Kranepool, John Matlick, Felix Millan, Rusty Staub, George Theodore, Jerry Koosman, Tom Seaver, And at table 6, Willie Mays, 73. Again, we skip around a bit. Willie Montanez, Hall of Famer Eddie Murray, former pitching coach Rick Peterson, and former manager Willie Randolph. From the 2000 National League champions, 5, Darrell Hamilton, John Franco, Al Leiter, Jay Payton, and third base coach Cookie Rojas. Skipping around a bit again, Gary Sheffield, John Stearns, former Met manager Jeff Torborg, Joel Youngblood, and Pat Zachary. From the 1986 championship team, 11 members. The manager, Davey Johnson, Mackie Sasser, Lee Mazzilli, Randy Myers. He's invisible because he has a camouflage coat on. Sid Fernandez, Howard Johnson, Wally Backman, Rafael Santana, Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling, Tim Tuffle, and Darryl Strawberry. On our dais, Carlos Beltran. And to bring you to date, the current manager of the New York Mets, Terry Collins. And last but not least, the voice of the New York Mets for the entire 50 years at table 39, Ralph Kiner. How about a great hand for the alumni of the New York Mets? We are going to ask, I'd like Ed Kranepool and Terry Collins to join us here, please. We'll do it with this one. I'm going to do Ed. A lot of years, a lot of memories, great players, and the city of New York that you have been such a part of, baseball-wise and otherwise. Ed, as you look back now over the years, what do you think about in terms of Mets baseball and your part in it?
Well, when I look back over the 50 years of the Met existence, I started out as a player growing up in the Bronx. So you can imagine what team I rooted for. I didn't like the Giants and Dodgers, so I rooted for the Yankees. And I was looking for an opportunity to get to the major leagues in a hurry. So I wanted to sign with a young ball club, a new franchise, and the Mets were that ball club. And I had an opportunity to sign with them. And I joined them in June of '62. I signed when I was 17 years of age. And I played 18 years there, but the starting of my career was a little tough. I joined the ball club in California after 2 days of graduating high school on my opening night. We had a little left-hander over here, not so little, I guess. Sandy Koufax pitched a no-hitter and struck out 15, so I told Casey, I'm going back to college. I didn't realize it was going to be that tough a career.
Ed Kranepool.
Terry, there's a lot of things you can talk about. You got some new pitchers in the bullpen. You can talk about your catching. What I'd like to hear about, walk us through and around your infield this year and why you're so encouraged.
Well, we're very encouraged. We're going to have Ike Davis back at first base, and he's 100% healthy now. And as everybody thinks, you know, with 500 at-bats, he's got 30 home run potential. Our second baseman, we've got to find a place for Daniel Murphy's bat in our lineup, and so we're going to bring him in as the second baseman this year and see if he can continue to hit the way we think he can. And obviously, we got a big hole to fill a shortstop, and we've got a bright young talent with a high ceiling in Ruben Tejada. He's going to be our shortstop, and we're going to go to the franchise at third base and David Wright. And you know, the guy who's a 5-time All-Star. He's the face of this organization, and he's going to be the guy we turn to.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Terry.
Guys, thanks very much. On behalf of B.A.T, this is why so many of you have come out. I just want to say to all the guys from the Mets, thank you so much for what you have meant to making this night a sellout crowd for B.A.T and for the B.A.T family. Thanks, guys. Is there any chance of dispersing 60 former players out of one group? Is that possible?
The last time I was involved in a Mets picture, there was a fight, so that was pretty good. Step forward.